IVM.
और मुझे भी जंगली पॉडकास्ट बहुत पसंद है.
ये काफी.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
yeah.
As It Aged Well.
This
That
was
the-
my laugh actually, not Shah Rukh Khan's
Yeah,
laugh,
that was the
just-
best Shah Rukh Dawn laugh we could do.
Yeah.
In the previous Dawn episode we did, which was the 1978 Dawn, I used the cliche dialogue कि 11 मुल्क के podcast इस 11 मुल्कों के लोग इस podcast को सुनने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. But since then we've moved on. Now on an average people of multiple countries listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to step it up a little bit.
Yes.
So I used the Jungly podcast
Yeah.
line, right? This is Has It Aged Well. That line was from the 2004 movie Dawn. With me in the studio is my co-host Urjita,
Yellow.
who has, can I mention, who has recently returned from the Singapore.
Guys. And the funny thing is that right before Singapore, I did my 2 solo shows in Pune.
Right.
Almost sold out, by the way. Yeah, I also didn't expect. But I think that was my only audience. I'm kidding. No, I don't want to. But if over there, like I had this whole bit about how, I'm kind of middle class, kind of poor.
Right.
And उसके बाद मैं बोल रही हूँ और इसके अरे अगले हफ्ते सिंगापुर जा रही हूँ.
Nice.
और फिर पूरा ये बोलने के बाद I had to do the phone thing, right? कि phone
Right.
निकाल के hey guys, I was like ये iPhone हाथ में और गरीबी की बात कर रही है. But yeah.
Okay, let me introduce our guest
Yes,
for
yes.
today's show.
Yes.
To discuss Dawn with us is actor, writer, spoken word artist. She's here as a hardcore fan of Shah Rukh Khan, and she's also had the opportunity to work with him. We'll get to know a little bit about that a little more. Please welcome to the podcast, Sainee Raj. Welcome, Sainee.
Self-proclaimed fan.
Yes,
That's-
all of us are self-proclaimed
Yes,
fans.
good.
I don't think Shah
Awesome.
Rukh is like anointing people as fans because then he would take too long.
Yeah, it
to
would be-
his fans.
yeah, entire
Sainee,
world.
welcome to the show. You're an actor, spoken word artist, and tell us a little bit about that, and then we'll get to know a little bit about how you got to work with Shah Rukh Khan.
Hey, wow. Hey, you didn't tell me I have to talk about myself
Of
first.
course, that goes without
I was
saying.
just like Shah Rukh. Okay. I've been a child artist. I
Okay.
acted as a kid. Then I grew up and I studied screenwriting.
Right.
And then I did a bunch of...
Can I just mention you were in the cult hit children's show called Shakalaka Boom Boom?
Yeah, that's me, Ritu Ladaku.
क्या तुम्हारा secret
Just
है
say.
magic pencil?
जी बड़े होके थोड़ा मीनिंग चेंज हो बट यस मोर और लेस यस
अच्छा.
Did you draw yourself a bright future so that when you grow up?
man there is no line that has not been used, no pun
Of course,
that I'm not
yeah.
not aware
Yeah.
of. So yes, I tried to draw myself a bright future. I'm struggling with it. But I'm trying my best. And then I started writing. Then now struggling only.
How did the
freelancing.
spoken word thing happen?
Randomly, AIB shut down, and then I started doing a bunch of open mics because there was a period when I didn't have any work,
Right.
and I used to go and do spoken word because I would write something over the week and then I would perform it at the weekend. So I'd
Yeah.
feel like, oh, I'm acting and writing, and then one video went viral. Like literally, that happened. Usually, it happens to other people. It happened to me, and one video went viral, and then spoken word
Oh,
started
nice.
happening.
Right.
That was fun.
So tell me before we move on and get to the meat of the episode. There's this one project we were talking about before we started rolling, where you actually got to work with the man,
Yeah.
and there was a specific reason why you took the project. Tell us a little bit about that. What was the project and how did it fall into your lap?
This was a song during the pandemic called Sab Sahi Ho Jayega. And I got a call and he told me that there is this some charity thing happening. This is because during the pandemic,
Right,
so
of course.
somebody wants to do this song and there's no money. But which later I was paid. I was given. I just want to say
Did you
that
get
he's a
paid
man of
more than,
integrity.
more than Urjita made on her solo shows?
Way more. Sorry, I want to.
Sorry, Urjita.
I
Now
wanna
you know
pay
where
as how
comedians
much-
fall.
तो
See,
कैसी
I'll
गई तुम्हारी यूरोप ट्रिप साइनी?
Euro rail में मुझे Raj. But so that happened, and then I said no मुझे नहीं करना, पैसे नहीं है तो pandemic है, पैसे बनाने हैं, घर पे बैठे
Yeah,
हैं.
of course.
And then he said no, if it happens then Shah Rukh might do it. And I was like हाँ करना है, कैसे नहीं करना, definitely करना है. And
So how was it finally hearing Shah Rukh say your words written by you?
Yeah, मुझे actually I was very nervous. I didn't know if it would end up being what I'd written, right? Because there was Bacha and Shah Rukh, and you think you're like so small in this larger scheme of people, but everything was kept. And there were like a few words here and there, I would say, or even the rhythm that Badshah changed. Sab sahi ho jayega was another line. And so like Badshah, we gave him, give him additional lyrics credit. So I was just like, I don't know what's going to happen. Whatever happens is amazing. But we watched it was a live show. So we watched it live. My mom and I didn't tell anybody because I felt कि नहीं हुआ तो कुछ और ही निकल गया, बेइज्जती हो जाएगी, तो किसी को बताएंगे नहीं. But I watched. It was beautiful. He also named us. He named me and he gave me credit. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Nice. That was a great story, Sainee. Now that you've proven your credentials, we can get to Dawn 2004, directed by Farhan Akhtar, remake of the 1978 Dawn, starring Shah Rukh Khan, Priyanka Chopra, Isha Kopikar, Arjun Rampal, Boman Irani, and a host of other actors, which we'll come to. Music by Shankar-Ehsaan-Loy. Urjita, what are your first memories of watching Dawn from 2004? Tell us about that. And I had some observations of it, which I will compare and contrast with what you spoke about in the 1978.
So Dawn, no, please don't. Don't remind me of that.
What is this? I want to know.
We'll come to that. Yeah.
So I remember मैंने वो जो 5-in-1 CD आती थी ना, उसमें Dawn देखी थी.
Okay.
तो I for some reason वो मैंने तभी 2004 में देखी थी. I was 6 years old at that time. And उसके बाद literally अभी देखी मैंने वो Dawn. Maybe like I might have watched it in bits and pieces whenever it showed up on TV. Which it never, Dawn इतना नहीं लगता था TV पे as far as I remember. Like I could be wrong.
Which
but
channels?
it wasn't
Like नहीं लगता.
Z Cinema, Sony Max, जो भी मतलब TV पे, like you know TV वाले movies जो like हम साथ साथ हैं.
There is a Wikipedia entry for some reason for the Dawn Wikipedia page that the movie premiered on Star Plus.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
It wasn't a regular though, not a TV
Yeah,
regular.
it wasn't.
That
wasn't.
much
No,
I can
no.
tell. So मैंने तभी देखा था and एक अभी कल देखा and I kid you not, my only memory from the Shah Rukh Khan Dawn, 2 memories, is the one, the classic flip जिसमें Shah Rukh Khan को उठा के जा रहा है.
Of course, yes.
And second one is Shah Rukh Khan watching Tom and Jerry in the bathtub.
This is when he gets a call.
The very beginning,
Yeah,
first 15 minutes उसमें वो Tom and Jerry देख रहा है. And for me as a child I was so fucking amused कि ये जो Dawn है ये Tom and Jerry देख रहा है. ऐसे how is it that जो मैं देख रही हूँ वही Dawn देख रहा है, because I was also 6 at that time.
Dawn and Jerry.
Yeah, Dawn and Jerry.
But
what are your first memories, Sainee?
I remember very vividly because मैंने ये 1978 वाला नहीं देखा था. Dawn, as most kids our age had not watched. And everybody around, like all the my family members and all were like, oh, this is a very flamboyant Dawn. That was the first thought because he was even in the trailer he does the that thing, like he does those little things. He does that little ballet mein starting mein he does something ballet, he does with the ballet.
So ballet and he does this.
Yeah, he does that, right. And then he when Ramesh also goes is a little dizzy, then he does a little dizzy act. And I don't know, I mean I don't remember, but I think Bachchan never left character as Dawn.
Right.
And Shah Rukh was this easy breezy, you know, so that was that I remembered that being, everyone was like, oh, he's trying something new, but people loved him so much that it didn't matter. I was super excited.
But do you have memories of watching it back when it came out?
Yes. Yeah.
And what did you think about it?
I thought it was amazing. I think there was a sense of bias towards. At that point, I thought it was amazing, and Farhan Akhtar was like
the hot director,
the new age director, and everybody looked forward.
And when you revisit it this time, does most of those opinions hold up for you?
They do actually, and now I feel more like I watched it day before for the purpose of this, but I remembered.
Okay.
I thought it was really cool that Salim Javed wrote. Like if there was any positive spin to nepotism, I think it would be Dawn, because like his son remade it, gave it his twist, and then Javed Akhtar has written the lyrics,
yes.
Right? It's just so wholesome in that sense, and it aged well. To answer, yes.
Spoiler alert. Urjita, I didn't ask you overall. What? Give me like a are you more positive on the film, more negative?
More positive.
Okay.
Way more positive. I mean, considering the time frame this movie comes from, and even if we don't consider that, just every scene that Shah Rukh Khan is in, uske har ek dialogue, right? Even the little dialogue, the little additions where he's like, the guy's like, suitcase mere hawale kar do. Koi please nahi bolta.
And I did twice. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Just
I love
like
that
this
callback.
casual, like in a way, I love how he is not like an alpha male. He decided to let go of that.
Yes.
He just likes jungli billiyan, which he refers to as a woman, but he's not an alpha male.
Well,
Okay, can I give my
Cool है Don, बस ये मैं कहना चाहती हूँ, शाहरुख खान बहुत cool
I
है.
think the funny bit was with the Jungli Billiya was in the end when...
Oh yeah, that becomes the linchpin
She
for
goes
her
like,
to realize,
he said
wait a
Jungli
minute.
Okay, so like to sum it up, I would like to say that you can say Shah Rukh Khan's character in Don would be the kind of guy who you know like पुराने 90s के movies में कैसे तुम अगर हीरो को ललकारते थे कि तूने माँ का दूध पिया है तो सामने आ, शाहरुख खान भी like नहीं पिया है, I don't give a fuck. He won't risk his life just for his ego.
Very secure, a secure man.
Very secure.
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
I place him in that bracket, and
Yes.
which is why I feel like this is a guy I would like to go out with. He's very
Nice.
cool. I know थोड़ा risky है.
So what 11 मुल्क की पुलिस उसको पकड़ने की कोशिश करी. This guy.
इसी बहाने मेरे trips होते रहेंगे यार, घुमाता रहेगा इधर उधर.
खून से love letter. Sorry.
The different movie.
That is.
I saw this movie. I was 2004. I was 16 years old, and I watched the film with my family. And like you guys, I hadn't seen the original Dawn back then, so I saw it. I thought it was very cool. I was like, Shah Rukh is in a different avatar and all of that. And then I watched it last night, and the first half an hour of the movie is really cool and really gripping and everything. And then the rest of the 2 hours, guys, I'm sorry to say, I found it very boring.
I knew it.
I don't...
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's how I see this. The individually these segments and taken individually, all of these elements are very well done. Somehow the sum of all parts is not coming together for me in the movie, right? Like
Okay.
the action sequences are okay. I'll tell you what I found. Like what I loved from the movie, music has aged beautifully,
Right.
especially the background score. I think Shankar-Ehsaan-Loy kill it. Okay, they absolutely,
didn't.
yeah, they taken the themes from the original Dawn 70s. They taken the campy elements and added rock guitars and all of that great stuff. The song, the picturization of the songs, the title song Aaj Ki Raat, they're great music videos, but do they fall in the narrative of the film? Well, I don't know. The film looks great. It came out in 2006, so it's been 17 years since it came out. Still looks slick, still looks very polished. The story elements is where I think the film kind of fails. It feels like Farhan wanted to make something very international espionage, but also make something
Mission Impossible.
Kind of,
that,
yeah.
That vibe, yeah.
But also make something campy, and it just falls somewhere in between both of them. And I thought that the film is not committing to either of those things, is what I feel.
How do you mean campy though?
So I'll give you an example. So stuff like, so there is a scene where Don is giving cocaine packets to someone. He opens the suitcase and literally scorpions made on the cocaine thing. Okay, the climax where Boman Irani and Shah Rukh are going at each other, it's like blood flowing from every.
Yeah.
And the whole thing where they jump from the plane and they're flying with the parachute and everything. Those that's very campy Hindi cinema, right? Where you're committing to the fact that nothing in this movie, everything is in this movie is heightened, and reality or groundedness is not the basis of it. But then again, in other scenes, everything is very slick, very very modern. When Priyanka Chopra wants to kidnap the Don and take him, she has this whole thing where Don's people are dressed in white. And they have this whole thing.
On those
and I'm
vibes.
like, okay, so these people are saying that we are announcing ourselves that we are out there, we are a gang and we are doing this. But yet somehow people don't know what Dawn really looks like. If this is a high-tech world, if this is a tech-obsessed world, in 1978 I could believe कि हाँ ठीक है, photos इतने वो नहीं थे तो लोगों को पता नहीं था कि Dawn कैसा दिखता है. If you're showing mobile phones, if you're showing fingerprint scanners, then there's enough tech out there that people would know what Dawn looks like. So there's few elements here and there where I thought the film didn't gel together completely, and action sequences were there for the heck of it.
Yeah. This I also felt, by the way,
Which
action
sequences for you?
sequences. But again, for me, I am not a big fan of action sequences anyway. Like, I hate to admit it, but like, कितनी भी मस्त मूवी होगी, मैंने धूम के भी एक्शन सीक्वेंस स्किप किए हैं, मुझे मज़ा नहीं आता देखने में. बट या दे डिड फील लाइक कि अच्छा नहीं.
देखा क्या धूम में?
That's a very good question. फास्ट एंड फ्यूरियस पसंद है, पर वो कार्स वाला जो पार्ट है वो नहीं अच्छा.
नहीं ऐसे मारा मारी मैंने इतनी नहीं देखी.
And my final, my two main grouses, and then I'll stop because I want you guys to say good things also. The twist is something even back then when I saw it, I could see it coming from a mile away. It almost feels like Farhan as a kid thought के अगर ये नहीं होता, अगर वो original जिंदा होता तो क्या होता, and then he just made
creative writing exercise.
Yeah.
Sure, but does it justify the 2 hour 15 minutes that come before it? I don't know. The second thing, the other Don, the Vijay, who's जो गवैया है और गाना गाता है, he doesn't fit in this movie. If you're showing Malaysia and these high-tech gadgets and all of that, his character really takes me out of the movie. It seems like he belongs in a different era. It feels like they kept him with that role because they just wanted Khai Ke Paan Bananas Wala to be in the movie. My thing is, if Farhan is updating and making everything sleek, then make Vijay also like an urban office-going guy.
Yes.
Why make
Don
him...
3.
Yeah.
And honestly, it makes sense because this I also felt like now on the second or third watch, I could see, because I knew the twist, I could see that there is no fucking way Khai Ke Paan Banare se Vijay would be able to pull up. Ek to uska
And
tone
to set it in Malaysia.
But that was in for, I think the time also in 2006 was Shah Rukh Khan is doing a role that Amitabh Bachchan portrayed, all of that. I think these are creative calls that, again, it's all speculation, but that Farhan must have taken deliberately because all the characters are called, like it's also weird to see a Kamini and a Jasjeet, like Arjun Rampal looking that hot with those muscles is Jasjeet. It's just like, but I think the intention was to keep the nostalgia of the 1978 film alive, and hence those, like the song has to be there because it's a homage to that
the
film.
Original one,
So
but
keeping the structure of...
Did you think it fit in this film? Khai Ke Paan Bananas Wala being sung in Malaysia.
See, that's what I think. See, if you're talking about it from screenwriting perspective, then there are many, like the fact that the De Silva could have just gone to where Vijay came from, and the 10 people at the Ganpati dance would have told him that he's Vijay, and ho jata, he would have believed him. Whoever the other cop was, Om Puri's character, he would have believed him, and then like case would have
been closed.
Film would have been. So that way, if your screenwriting perspective, though, definitely there were loopholes, but there was so much suspension of disbelief. You want to root for Shah Rukh, for Farhan making a remake of the first Dawn, that you let go. That's how I watch. I watched it with a lot of it coming from a place of, hey, it's
of
a fun
course,
watch.
That is
Shah Rukh
there,
did this.
but again, ये बात तो मैंने भी notice की कि now that
I feel you coming over to my side slowly.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं, ठीक है.
Don't forget, बहुत ही खतरनाक. I'm getting it back.
नहीं, ऐसा
Come back.
No, so you know the thing about suspense thrillers. I know this is not a thriller, but if there is a suspense, if there is a flip in the end, when you watch the movie from the beginning again, it should make sense. Like I know I'm comparing Sixth Sense with Dawn. So when you like Sixth Sense, मैंने भाई 16-17 बार देखी है, तो every time I watch it again, I see अच्छा okay tick tick tick. But for Dawn एक भी tick नहीं है. Like the only place where I feel like you could see अच्छा Dawn being Dawn and wondering what should he do next is when he meets Deepu in school, and the thing is he doesn't know what Deepu looks like. The boy. So he's like, Deepu what?
Yes.
And then thankfully Deepu only comes running, and
Chacha,
then and then he says that also कि ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने तुम्हें पहचाना नहीं, it's just that I am not used to seeing you in such a setting. That I feel that is the only place where you could feel that acha he's being himself.
I think in the second watch, when I rewatched this now, and now I know that Dawn has become Vijay, I could catch the places where why he's not being very Vijay like. So why the accent is going.
Correct.
Why, like in the car when he tells Roma, right? He says, "To kya bola, auntie?" Just like suddenly he's a little Dawnish there, and she's like,
Even the gun scene where the first time वो Roma उसको वो bed पे वगैरह सब gun वगैरह दिखा रही है, and the way he just with that ease he wields that gun.
Even in the train when he says मैं Dawn नहीं हूँ, that little fight that he has. So all of that was interesting. I also feel like for me personally अब मेरा attention span कम हो गया क्योंकि फिल्में छोटी हो गई है. So जब intermission हुआ तो मैंने break लिया. Like अभी थोड़ा pause करते हैं and then start again. But I don't know, like I remember wanting to watch longer films, being really happy about Javed Akhtar.
Yes.
like 4 घंटे की फिल्म है, yes. अब ऐसे लगता है fuck बहुत लंबा चलेगा ये. So all of that also.
Just
I had
a पुरानी आशुतोष गोवारिकर fan.
Those were the days. But yeah, all of that also played a role.
I want to come back to the fact that you said Farhan collaborated with his dad on this, right?
Yeah.
So therein lies my main sort of issue. So Farhan Akhtar, not because you said it, but
why
Farhan,
he collaborated with his dad? That's why.
I'll tell you why. So Farhan,
बाप को negotiation कैसे किया फीका?
So Farhan's 2 films old at this point.
Yeah.
He's directed Dil Chahta Hai, one of my favorite films of all time. This show exists because of that film. Lakshya, also a great film. Yeah, because I was like, Dil Chahta Hai has aged beautifully, and the young people are like, what's so special about it? Like, I need to do a podcast.
Amazing.
Lakshya, also great
Yes.
film. And both those films, Dil Chahta Hai especially, we spoke about this, revolutionized the way the Hindi films were made. Okay, here were urban, polished, English-speaking boys who lived in a way that was very different to how rich people had been portrayed in films. Then Laksh also is kind of, Ritik's character is a young college, out of college, confused boy who we hadn't seen in Hindi cinema. So I think Farhan's understanding and syntax of cinema is very different from what Salim Javed were in the 70s, with all like pulpy thrillers, twist hona chahiye, gana hona chahiye, ye hona chahiye. So him trying to fit himself.
This is what they actually said back then. It's coming back to me.
Yeah.
But this is what they said about him being this offbeat new age filmmaker, and he's going back and doing these.
So this was his attempt to be like, hey, मैं भी बना सकता हूँ मसाला.
No, I think it was just he loved Dawn.
Of course,
growing up, and he wanted to recreate it, and then from there too he went in a different direction, right? He started acting and stuff. But
then he made Dawn 2, and I think there was only 4 directorial
Dawn 2
credits
was
that he has.
2011.
Yes.
Yeah. And then
so Farhan loved Dawn as a kid. That was one of his favorite Salim Javed films, and he said out of all the Salim Javed films he saw as a kid, that was the one that he thinks was ahead of its time.
I guessed right.
So in a way, Urjita, Farhan thought that 1978 Dawn aged well, so he was like, now I need to update it because you know. So
and now I mean we think that the 2006 more or less aged well, so now we'll make one in 2025.
You're dying to talk about Ranveer. Dawn. We'll come to that. But Urjita, I want to talk about when I said that I'm going to compare and contrast things that you said about the original Dawn. So in the episode we did for that Sainee, Urjita said this one line. No,
so I want to know.
Urjita was like, तो जो Zinat Aman का जो entry scene है where she's doing this martial arts, it looks like such B-grade cinema. And our guest was like,
no, I didn't mention that scene. I said कि Dawn के overall action sequences वो B-grade, not Zinat. In fact, Zinat Aman वाली scene की तारीफ की थी मैंने.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, that is the one thing that stood out for me.
When Dawn is fighting, that was.
As in the whole like काफी थोड़ा campy.
पर campy तो था. हाँ.
Campy था तो मुझे
अभी वो angry young man
campy, but मैंने B-grade बोल दिया और वो एक बात पकड़ के अभी भी अब्बास मुझे याद दिलाता है.
No, but what I mean is that the 1978 movie commits to the camp, where they're like, okay, there's this over the top Dawn.
Because उनको नहीं पता था ना campy है.
Which is what in retrospect made it.
See, the thing is,
enjoyable.
if one person is actually cringe as a content creator, पर उनको नहीं पता है वो cringe है, तो उनको तो ये बोलेंगे ना, you are committing to the character.
You are picking it out of context and looking at it, right?
Yeah.
वैसी ही फिल्में बनती थी और सब, and for them in fact was this was breaking the stereotype, bringing a new age hero. I was also like reading the plot of the 1978 film. Sorry, I'm digressing. पर आप स्टार्टिंग में अपने मेन हीरो को मार देते हो और फिर उसका लुक लाइक पूरी फिल्म चलाता है was actually, I'm thinking at that point was unheard of. So for that, right, 78 तो उसके
Salim Javed were known for making stuff like that, like Amar Akbar Anthony is also that.
Definitely,
like three
everything
brothers.
that they've done. But before that, So they kind of like changed the face of
Farhan
Campy
Akhtar,
to
like, for
Change the face. I see what you did there.
yeah, like in a way I feel like while watching Dawn 2 I realized कि writers room में क्या हुआ होगा. फरहान अख्तर ने बोला कि अच्छा पापा वो जो you know that whole part where he gets a local you know एकदम बनारसिया बाबू to play Don, हाँ वो तो नहीं हो सकता. तो काफी मतलब unrealistic है. So let's just, because to be honest it makes sense that Don actually Don है, because अगर बनारसिया बाबू होता वो 2 दिन भी नहीं टिकता इन गुंडों की फौज में.
Which reminds me, why does Shah Rukh say when that guy comes with a plate of pan and then he says pan nahi kaan? That's it. Did you notice that? Then he started singing Thumka ka badai.
I thought he said pawn. I don't know, maybe I missed.
Oh, I thought he said pan nahi khan. Then I went back and
Someone says
played.
pan and someone else says something and then he says pan.
He said Don pan.
Pawn.
Wow.
Did I see a different
I think
version?
maybe he meant to say that we are all pawns in this game of
That's
life.
true.
That's
yeah.
true.
So
That's
it was a
my
chess
God.
reference.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was the pawn also because he was running away from the... Wow.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
और कोई tag है इसके लिए बोल दो. That also I meant. Yeah.
But so I have a counter question. How did the original Don copy Vijay so well when all he's seen of him is a few seconds?
lying
the
down.
hospital bed.
Lying down.
That's
true.
what. So I no, but see now in that sense, it makes sense that Vijay Don is being Don and not being.
But
Vijay.
then when he's talking to Boman Irani, he's Vijay again.
Yeah, that too.
On that
कैसे?
note.
Yeah.
कैसे हुआ? I think इसे
You
कहते
know,
हैं cinematic liberty, I guess.
I feel like you know how Shakalaka Boom Boom there was this one scene just I randomly mentioning Shakalaka Boom Boom and it's not like any of us have starred in it or anything. So उसमें कैसे एक scene रहता है जिसमें एक overnight उसको पढ़ाई करनी रहती है संजू को, तो वो किताब को ऐसे कान पे लगा के पढ़ लेता है. You remember this thing?
Yes.
So वैसे I feel like उसको उठाते time osmosis से
Maybe, yes.
Okay, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, I have some trivia about the movie and we'll talk a lot more about Don on the other side of this break.
Hi, this is Cyrus Rogan Brocha, pyar se Rogues. I've come up with a brand new idea. It's a premium product called Club Cyrus Says. It's an offer open just for you. Let me tell you about the product. We've got exclusive Cock and Bull episodes just for you. That's right, just for you. That means others don't get to see it. Also, you get exclusive footage, extra bits, the uncut version of the interviews with celebrities. And these are huge celebrities, not small-time celebrities. Only the big guys come on the show. So you'll get the exclusive bits that nobody else gets. The extra tidbits, special stuff, uncensored stuff you don't want to put out. That's just for you. And for our audio listeners, you get special ad-free content and early access to interviews and sessions and podcasts which nobody else will get. You'll get it first. You're the first people. You're Neil Armstrong. You're Edmund Hillary. You're whoever discovered India. You're that. And by becoming an exclusive member of Club Cyrus Says, you get the power. We transfer the power to you and you become the producers and you will decide what content or what happens on that show. You are the masters and we are your... We can't use words like that. People who work for the masters, basically. So guys, get in. Special audio features include... I forget. I can't remember what the...
And we're back on Has It Aged Well with Urjita and Sainee. Urjita, we are crossing a milestone which I forgot to mention at the top of the episode. It's a 50th episode, Urjita. Have fun. Sainee, you're a 50th guest.
Who would have thought? हमको लगा था pilot पे ही खत्म हो जाएगा.
Do you all have people to thank? Or is it?
Not really, just me.
I wanna
I'd like to thank myself.
I want to thank Abbas.
Yes, and I want to thank Urjita.
अच्छा, अब
Sainee,
बोल
you're
रही.
also nice.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
would like to thank Abbas for actually coming up with genuine points and coming up with the structure and doing all the heavy lifting, which is great.
But that's,
Do you
she
lift,
means
bro?
it. She's just saying it as a joke. She actually told me this outside.
No, it's okay. We'll do the corny bit off air. But we're talking about Dawn from 2006, and Urjita, you had some trivia questions for us.
I have one question.
Yes, please.
Okay, just one. तो शाहरुख खान के वॉल्ट में शाहरुख खान कैरेक्टर एज डॉन उसके वॉल्ट में there is a classic painting.
Yes.
Yes, I know it. Okay, can you please tell? Okay,
Do you
if
want
you
me-
know it, wait, don't tell.
Okay.
Do you know?
No, I
fancy
don't know it.
painting?
No.
Okay, please share.
It's the Screaming Man.
Yes.
I don't remember the name of the painter.
I mean,
But-
yeah,
Yeah.
same. I
But-
thought we had to name the... The
No,
painter.
no,
painter,
Just
no.
the,
I
just
could
the
have also
painting
done.
you had to name, but
Please tell us
yeah.
in the comments and be like research
Okay,
करके
nice.
आते नहीं हो,
Yeah.
देख लिया करो थोड़ा.
I also have a quiz question.
Yes, please.
Just
Yeah.
made it. There is this.
कोई
I
कहे
don't know-
कहता रहे.
I don't know how to disqualified. There is a song that plays that is a sort of a homage to the 1978 Dawn.
A
Do
song?
you know to Amitabh Bachchan actually? Do you remember which song?
Where does it play?
It plays at some point.
Acha, at some point, okay.
It's an homage to
Amitabh Bachchan.
Amitabh Bachchan.
Yes, but it's not it's not a Dawn song.
Okay.
Does the song play or is somebody singing the lyrics?
Song plays so much of this movie. Song plays.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
जिसकी बीवी
No.
नहीं वो नहीं
Farhan is too woke for that.
There is Chali Chali Phir Chali Chali.
Oh yeah.
That song is from
Wait, where
Bhagwan.
is this? Where is
Just right before Khai Ke Paan.
In
Acha,
when
oh.
they
When
find
they go
the
in
Indian
the-
boy. Choli, 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 choli.
And they go like bad dancing, just
Yeah.
But by the way, in a disco scene, there's also the
Koi
music
Kahe,
from Koi
yes,
Kahe plays,
yes.
which is a little.
and it's just
Yeah.
the ta-na-na-na-na,
Yeah.
just that
Also, I
bit.
feel the Chali Chali इश्क की हवा चली that is to signify Vijay and Roma's love story क्योंकि अभी इश्क का हवा चलने वाला है. So मैं जिंदगी की फांसी लगा के.
But I like that you mentioned the painting because I saw that scene and I have written down why is the loot so aesthetically placed in Don's vault?
Yeah.
Like usually that just
Where-
tells you.
where-
So when he
where is
opens the vault and all his loot is very aesthetically put together.
Oh, he's an organized.
That's what. Yeah. So he has
Don.
taste.
Yeah.
Maybe 11 मुल्कों की police is finding him, but guy's got taste.
यार ये तो
so-
मोनालिसा के साथ भी फ्लर्ट करेगा I feel.
That is
मुझे
true, yeah.
जंगली
I
मोनालिसा
felt a
बहुत
little like if he already knew who Kamini was, why was he like doing that neck sniffing thing? Like he's supposed to kill her only. That I didn't like. I was like,
Just to lure her, no?
yeah, no.
Seduce her.
She was already like, I was like, he's a man of like principle. He shouldn't. Don't touch the lady. Just kill her. Not cool. That I felt a little like, he's doing that little back thing.
True.
Karina looks. I remember so vividly. Okay.
I think that was just to make her feel uncomfortable. He wanted to see how far she goes with it.
I mean, isn't
Because he
Yeah,
didn't
with the
expect
act.
her to
Like,
actually
he's
make out with him. Maybe that's why.
Maybe I will see
Yeah.
whether she gives in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could say.
Isn't that
I
what
know
he's trying to
Ramesh.
do in Roma's when Roma is introduced to him? That's what he's trying to do, like intimidate her
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see how well she quote unquote holds up
Yeah.
in front of me,
Wow.
and then it's like
His intimidation is to get
yeah to,
Exploit, yeah.
to get physical, exactly, yeah, because like oh if
with
she-
men and women. So in that sense, he does it with both.
with both, yeah,
I
correct.
like how we both are trying to justify.
Yeah.
Eve tease कर रहा है तो क्या हुआ? अरे जान पहचान की लड़की को छेड़ रहा है यार.
Shah Rukh
Just
kya hai,
because it's Shah Rukh, right? If this was
like
anybody
he's
else.
away from the neck and he's just sniffing it every movie.
And
Yeah,
also
but
like,
that's his
But yeah,
thing,
but-
and also I like how we are okay with the fact he's killing people, he's stealing money, but like teasing
necks.
women is where we draw the line. कि of course ये
Yes.
गलत है तो feminist होगा ना. Be a feminist Don. किसने मना किया है? This is where we draw the line. Like of course he's a Don. Why would he be a nice guy to women?
Again, I'm saying because it's Shah Rukh.
Because it's Shah Rukh,
Because we come
exactly.
to the theater
Yes.
with that
Yeah.
what do you call baggage nahi, like with
Yeah.
expectations that it's Shah Rukh.
Yeah.
But I have to say though, I said I didn't like the movie or whatever, but I still think Shah Rukh kills it in this. I think he's playing.
Break के बाद party change.
पार्टी मुझे पेमेंट मिल गया guys. I think because he has to portray the sort of contrast between Don and Vijay so much. He's doing the two extremes of Shah Rukh that we know him for. Where with Don, he's completely going, like you mentioned, moving his head in weird ways and doing all of that. And when it comes to Vijay, especially there's one scene in the plane where he's asking to go to the toilet. It's almost like you can copy paste that from the Badshah wala Shah Rukh.
Dude, even I thought of the same thing.
same
What is
thing
with
that-
Shah Rukh Khan and
what is-
awkward behavior in flights?
I love it. Also, the point where he teases the other guy.
Yeah.
Like, what was the point for? Because he wanted to go pee, and then he killed the cops.
Right.
So why did he just do the little egg?
I have an explanation for that.
Huh.
So maybe you know how not all our plans work.
Oh,
Maybe that was
nice.
supposed to be his initial plan कि
Yes.
मारामारी करेंगे फिर इसकी मारामारी में
फिर वो लोग
collateral
दरवाजा
damage हो
खोलेंगे.
जाएगा. हाँ ऐसा कुछ but because
Oh,
that
he
doesn't
didn't do
happen.
anything.
He's like okay susu it is then.
Oh, 'cause Pawan
And
Malhotra
उसने मम्मी
stopped him.
देखी रहेगी 1999 की क्योंकि उसमें भी वो बच्चा बाथरूम के थ्रू
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kid from Mummy and
Yes.
Bobby Deol in Goop are the
Yeah,
two
same
people
Oh,
who
nice.
used
Really?
Yeah,
Same thing,
they
yeah.
used the commode to escape from the prison
Yeah.
they were in.
Yes.
Farhan's watching some
Yes.
good cinema. Gupta is a great film, actually.
It is,
yeah,
it is,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
because
remember if it's
Don,
aged well.
Shah Rukh Khan, as famously Shah Rukh Khan has said कि come on, मैं Shah Rukh Khan हूँ, मैं दांत खात खुजली मुझे नहीं होता, तो he might have rejected the commode escaping वाला scene. He's like कि मैं जिंदगी की बाजी लगा के पैराशूट से खेलता हूँ जुआ.
But he has a
Yeah.
thing for bathtubs, right? He did a
Yeah.
promo for Dove, I think, or was it?
Yeah,
where he's
Lux,
in-
Lux,
Lux,
that was
where
Lux,
he's
yeah.
in the bathtub. He's in a bathtub.
Yeah.
for
Man,
this
he
one,
really,
yeah.
he broke stereotypes. He was just the, yeah.
Because again वो शाहरुख खान है, वो बाल्टी वाल्टी से नहीं नहाता.
That's true, yeah.
But
Shower
लेकिन
भी
वो
is beneath
being
him.
alpha male bathtub में चला गया वो भी like for those. Tell me, why didn't you like the parachute scene when you
No,
seen that?
I like that as in, see, it's not aged well from a technical perspective. You can see the green screen behind and everything, right?
Oh.
But my thing is that they are committing to that campiness in that scene where like वो उसने सोचा भी नहीं parachute है, वो बस कूद गया plane से बाहर. And then mid air they are having a fight and he's doing
Yeah.
grabbing for the parachute and everything. That precise moment they have foregone the groundedness of the movie and they're like, this is what it is, this is what it's going to be about. But the rest of the movie they're trying to be too slick and cool, so I'm like, both those things are not matching up. Go full
Skydiving,
hog.
before that didn't happen in any. Has it ever happened in any Hindi
I'm not
movie
sure.
before?
I thought it must have.
I
But
feel
nothing
like at
stands
that
out.
point it must have been like, whoa, they're fighting,
yeah.
jumping
Yeah.
off an airplane.
Also
I saw
ZNMD
this.
hat tip दिया ना उसको.
हाँ, sweet.
Which
It's
reminds me-
like
Skydiving
एक
thing, yeah.
continuity error दिखा. I don't know if.
Oh, we're getting
correct.
technical now.
Just a little. When he opens the parachute, it's
Parachute.
pink color, and then that pink color.
No,
thing
it's not because
and then becomes blue.
It's the boys playing with the parachute.
Huh.
So they cut that him opening the parachute with the cutting to the boy
the
toy.
the toy, right?
Yeah.
But
then when they cut back to Shah Rukh, it's blue.
it's a blue parachute.
Is
But
it
I
not
remember
blue?
when he opened it, it was pink. I don't know. It could be.
Farhan.
I just went like
Because I remember
maybe
it was
मेरी आँखों का
yellow.
धोखा है.
So I feel all of us we have different versions.
I think I
of the-
punished myself because I was not looking at Shah Rukh in that moment.
Right, yeah.
I said you just look at Shah Rukh Khan when he's in the frame. Yeah.
I think maybe that's the Shah Rukh charm, no? कि I'm pretty sure और भी movie में errors होंगे, but Shah Rukh Khan हमारे आंखों पे पर्दा बार-बार डाल रहा है every time we watch the movie. So
It's getting
You know,
real now.
One thing that didn't age well is in that scene when Shah Rukh lands on the parachute and they cut to these Malaysian kids, they're playing some very stereotypical toing thing. I'm like, dude,
I
what
could
is
almost
this?
hear the Sridevi's watching now. Chini chani
Yeah.
chong chong.
Yes. I thought it was like a part of like it was China or because it was extremely.
But it stands out so much from the
It's a
rest of the
little
background
racist.
music where like you're doing cool stuff here and
Yeah.
then for this
But
like
the babies are very cute.
they're cute. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, they were like
Very cute.
just that one. Very cute. I was wondering how they were directed. That would have been like you just tell the child.
You go
stoop your
stand there and
shoulder,
I will shoot
open
you.
your
You just
mouth.
tell the child कि ये तो कोई music बजेगा ना तभी तुमको you have to be yourself.
Be appalled by this
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, they were being appalled by the music. ये क्या है?
How dare you?
और फिर वो बच्चे 10 साल बाद थेरेपी में बोल रहे that was my
Yeah, that-
first experience with stereotyping.
Farhan
But
Akhtar stereotype.
Shah
there.
Rukh
Racism, yeah.
Just
but,
us justifying. But
Let's talk about the music. So the two iconic songs are retained from the original, which is Ye Mera Dil and Khai Ke Paan. But the other songs also are pretty kick-ass. I've mentioned this before in the Badshah episode where Shah Rukh is just great at doing the I Am Awesome song.
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
in the Badshah title song also he's killing it. And even here, like I said, it's shot beautifully. What did you think
Yeah.
about the songs? Sainee?
I love the title track. I remember watching it so many times. I've memorized the choreography of the song.
Do you
I
end
remember-
up on a skateboard at the
I
end
did
of the-
skateboard. That also, like you know now. At
Yeah.
that point, it was just like Shah Rukh's
Really?
gliding.
साइनी के पेरेंट्स को लग रहा है ये स्केटबोर्डिंग करेंगे और ये तो ससुर इधर भी सो रही है बेटा लेटे लेटे क्या कर रहे हो
मम्मी शाहरुख बट आई रिमेंबर द लाइंस व्हेन ही सेज बहुत ही खतरनाक हूँ मैं हर एंड ही लुक्स एट ईशा कोपिकर एंड ही सेज हर एक पल मैं चालाक हूँ मैं and he does a little I'm like ooh yes and then the second antara there's Priyanka Chopra and he says something else. What does he say? What is this?
मैं जिंदगी की बाजी लगा के मौत से
ना मुझे
जीता हूँ
दुश्मन जो मेरा हो रहता नहीं दिन में. This is the first antara only बहुत ही खतरनाक.
Okay. What's the
He says
second
something
antara?
and then there's that piano wala. And it's just, I remember it so vividly. It's he's looking at her, so he's off cam. And it's only his fingers going. So for us, it's just his fingers on screen. And it was so hot for some reason. Just that entire vibe of that song. I love that. I still think of like dancing around Shah, like a little jazzy
So
bit.
while watching that song, that is when I found it very funny that वो बोमन ईरानी ने CDs में क्या दिखाया था इसको कि इसने इसके moves भी रट्टा मारे. How is it that like imagine बोमन ईरानी telling him कि अच्छा ये जो ये CDs है इसमें तुमको डॉन की पूरी माहिती मिल जाएगी.
Nice.
Imagine he would expect ना कि पूरा technical data है, this is how Don acts, और उधर बहुत ही खतरनाक हूँ मैं.
Funny.
That was
Some engineer
That's
on
funny.
IMDb trivia has gone, Don's disc is not a DVD. It's actually a PSB UMD. Okay, sir. Thanks for clarifying that for us.
I wouldn't know the difference. Anything Shah
हम
Rukh
तो
gives
छोटा
works.
CD बुला रहे थे उसको.
हाँ, छोटा disc वाला.
लैपटॉप वाला CD.
Floppy.
Yeah.
Important.
Important. Yeah.
Priyanka,
Gold dabba.
which is slightly
You
better
just said
than.
Priyanka.
Yeah, I was about to say Priyanka Chopra looks hot as fuck in this movie, but nobody gave me
She
attention.
looks so hot. Oh my god! And at that point, was
Dostana,
just
Dawn, Priyanka, I think are the hottest Priyankas.
even Dawn to Priyanka.
Okay.
Super hot. Dawn to Priyanka hotter than.
Dawn 2 I haven't seen actually. I need to watch that.
I think
I
I
have seen
also
it
felt
once.
like she's improved so much as an
Right,
actor
right.
since in Khaike that entire bit was like a little like a little awkward where he's just having the bhang, and we are so I think I would say I'm so used to seeing Shah Rukh Khan be silly
That
and
we
completely
accept that, yeah,
accepting
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So when he's doing the tumbi lono and you're like, oh cute, but when she's going like it feels like little performance.
Very
right?
non-Roma.
Yeah.
But
And
that
not
reminded me of her
Priyanka
performance
also.
in Dil Na Diya from Krish. Because kind of similar settings where she's dancing with somebody who she knows about whom she doesn't know, like she doesn't have complete information
But has
about
to
the
dance.
guy. Yeah.
But has to be like,
and she
yeah.
also is not able to believe कि मुझे dance करना पड़ेगा अभी. क्या? Come on, यहाँ पे come on. I feel like the same
Yeah.
vibe in both the songs in a way, no?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm thinking of her overall in the movie. I think
Acha,
she
okay.
was she
you-
was
yeah,
brilliant, and
yeah.
she was what like.
No, I liked her.
beginning
I
to
think
Citadel.
Urjita, you had a you had an opinion about that Roma doesn't get enough
Yeah.
meat in the movie.
And मीट तो है ही नहीं उसको मूवी में. And शायद hey.
Oh,
Roll, guys.
I didn't get it only. Now I did.
This guy, no naughty Abbas.
I didn't even do anything.
Naughty Abbas.
Yeah. So, but
No
Priyanka
relation to
Chopra-
Naughty America. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what that is.
It's okay.
Oh
You don't
God.
need to.
Don't tell me. दोस्त
I'll
इसकी
just-
पढ़ा है लड़की ने इसको ये
इसीलिए
नहीं
नहीं
पता.
इसीलिए नहीं.
She was doing better things with her time.
But I think I know what it is.
So when people think of Dawn, I feel like Priyanka Chopra थोड़ा बाद में आएंगी. Like it's Dawn, Vijay, and then Roma.
Yeah, of
I
course.
feel like थोड़ा मतलब उसका
Dawn,
भी.
Vijay,
Oh, guys,
Vardhan, then Roma.
Yeah.
Credits though. Credit roll was the first time that I saw. It started with Priyanka Chopra.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
हाँ, it started with
Oh.
Priyanka and or
No.
Shah
It
Rukh
started
only
with
one.
Dawn,
Shah Rukh as
Khan,
Dawn, and then
Shah
I
Rukh
think
as
the
Dawn,
second
yeah,
billing
yeah.
must have been Priyanka.
Priyanka Chopra and then
Yeah,
then
Priyanka
Arjun.
Chopra, I feel she was very good in the movie. And एक तो even like the पुराना वाला Dawn, जिसमें Zeenat Aman थी, वही रोल मुझे इतना ज्यादा इम्प्रेस कर दिया था because I was like in that time.
Yeah.
Like imagine
Yeah.
writing a character like this. मैं उसमें इम्प्रेस हो गई थी. I was like इसके बाद अगर ये 4 sexist चीजें बोल दे तो भी मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. So for me like in that sense I feel Roma's character could have been upped a little bit.
I agree.
उतना वो नहीं हुआ
I
था.
agree. I completely agree.
So in comparison to both characters,
Yeah.
but otherwise I feel it was. Do you have anything to say about Priyanka's characters?
Yes, but I want to when I
Action थोड़ा
change
ज़्यादा हो
the
सकता था ना?
end of the. She plays an integral part in my new ending that we'll do later.
Oh, the alternate
Yeah,
ending.
nice.
Mm,
The
nice.
alternate
Cool.
ending. That's why I don't
Couple of things that I think tech-wise, considering this was like a sleek movie, like 17 years later, don't really make sense. Arjun Rapal is correcting passwords on MS-DOS. I don't think anybody did that in 2006 either.
I watched the making of this the movie,
Yeah.
and the scene was so funny because Arjun was like, "Sir, आपका ये जो password है, आपको पता नहीं है sir."
Mirror
ये
image.
हाँ, ये आगे से पीछे नहीं, पीछे से आगे. And he says something like, forgot like one word. What? Report. It's so funny. Everybody starts laughing, and then, but yeah, I went down that rabbit hole. Also.
Vardhan, I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Vardhan.
Oh yes.
No, one more thing I have. It's very funny now, but flip phones. Like everybody's acting like flip
Motorola.
phones are so cool. I was like, yeah, back then it was
Yeah.
like really cool.
But to be very honest, they are cool even now.
Sure.
Like as in the whole action. Like now, agar Dawn wo flip phone. Oh, sorry.
Did you break your iPhone 14 in order to show us?
It's a flip phone for real. No, I'm kidding. अच्छा है.
मिल गया, रील मिल गया एपिसोड का.
तो yeah, anyway. ठीक है ना. हाँ तो लाइक ऐसे अगर इमेजिन डॉन ऐसा कूल की तरह ऐसा निकाल रहा है, ठीक है, ये फोन निकाल रहा है टैट बट फ्लिप फोन ठड़ंग वो फील आती है उसमें. और फ्लिप फोन पे जस्ट हैंगिंग अपॉन समवन दैट फेल्ट लाइक अ डिफरेंट.
Yeah, the beginning shot, right? He opens the phone and then he says Dawn.
लाइक इमेजिन
Yeah, he says it 3 times.
या इमेजिन अगर वो ब्लैकबेरी होता तो उसके आधी तो उंगलियां उस पे
कोटी पे.
लिख रहा है.
Done, erased, done. Yeah. Vardhan.
Yes. So, Vardhan, for some reason, of course, in this movie, Vardhan has a bigger role and he's a much more evil character.
In this one, he's a composite character of two characters from the 78 Dawn,
Yes.
the inspector and Vardhan.
Yeah. So Vardhan, I feel even though like he's supposed to be the police inspector and जब तक हमको पता नहीं है इसके intentions क्या है,
Right.
तब तक he's supposed to be the nice guy, right? But even then you could see the evil streak in his eyes. Remember that one scene जब वो विजय से बात कर रहा था, विजय को convince कर रहा है, कैसे manipulate कर रहा है यार उसको वो प्रॉपरली कि हाँ पर यू नो दीपू की पढ़ाई लाइक ही नोज उसको पता है नब्स कहाँ पे पकड़नी है एंड दैट वी हैव सीन हिम डू ट्वाइस.
They also, when he comes out as Vardhan, they change his hairstyle and make him a little sleeker.
Even his clothes, like he wears like a leather jacket.
And over here I wanted to ask you guys because Vardhan का रोल इस मूवी में अच्छे से बढ़ाया था and he technically he is like right opposite Shah Rukh Khan, right?
In this movie we know by the interval point that the inspector is Vardhan. In the 78 version
because he does
it's a
bad
reveal.
exposition कि ये नहीं जानते.
Talking to himself.
Yeah, exactly.
See, this is what I'm talking about. That's a very campy thing, a person talking to himself.
बताना था यार ये exposition.
So like my question is that why don't you think they you know cast somebody like Shah Rukh Khan, like maybe like a Salman or even Arjun Rampal opposite Shah Rukh Khan? Do you think
Like in general?
Yeah,
Like
no, as in instead of Boman Irani, why didn't they cast like a hotter actor?
Antagonist, opposite
like a proper
the protagonist.
cool antagonist, वैसा कुछ. Did you think that could have dimmed Shah Rukh Khan's
I
light?
think that would have given away from the beginning that this person could be evil. Like then I would expect a John Abraham to become like a
let's say if it was Salman in this hypothetically, then we would know कि सलमान को इतना साइडी रोल तो नहीं देंगे. He must be a big
there was
presence.
And before this, was there anything that Boman Irani had done that we were
So
like,
I think this is post Munna Bhai came in 2003 or 4. I think.
So he was already
He was already on the rise, and but I think Farhan saw something, or whoever cast him saw something in him which he had not done thus far.
Right.
Because he does this very menacing role in this one, and he's also very physical towards the end.
Right.
And he pulls it off. So I think back
but I thought it was this only, so that you don't expect that he can be
he can
evil.
be the main villain of the movie.
And also you want to respect him for the first half. At least that's the intention.
Correct,
You want to look up to him.
yeah.
You're thinking he's saving the day. He's the good cop.
Yeah,
Good
and
cop, bad cop, एक ही आदमी.
to balance it out, they make Om Puri the other cop, where you're like, Om sir तो अच्छे ही हैं. मतलब like, you know.
वो अच्छे से वो बोल रहे हैं कि सॉरी तुम्हें गिरफ्तार करना पड़ेगा. I'm like yes.
Vardhan मैंने.
आप सच्ची बोल रहे होंगे.
I was trying to do an Om Puri, but Amrish Puri came out. Vardhan, no, I can't do it. I thought
Does
that.
it sound like Amrish? Do Amrish Puri?
बच्ची.
ओए काजोल राज के साथ रह
बाहर
पाएगी कि
क्यों नहीं आती?
ओए लंदन
जा
में ये
सिमरन।
टॉयलेट पेपर से धो पाएगी कि नहीं ओए.
I don't remember Amrish Puri saying that tonight, but sure.
That
Ja,
was his
Simran, ja.
monologue, internal monologue.
Yeah. I thought that thing for the Arjun Rampal role, but I thought why did they cast someone better for this?
That is
And then
Arjun Rampal in every movie.
Oh,
He won a
acha,
national award
interesting.
for Rock On. I would just like to tell you, yes. But I read the trivia, and apparently it was offered to Akshay Kumar. Another movie we are doing, Urjita, where Akshay Kumar turned down the movie because he didn't want to play second fiddle to Shah Rukh Khan. So
and as you can see, the role is not.
Yeah,
good
it's
enough.
quite
I think
small,
so.
yeah.
Pran played it in the original movie,
Yeah.
and I think Pran, of course, like iconic actor of that time, he makes his mark. You could do the entire movie without this role, frankly, and it wouldn't really make much of a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
But you remember the one line I mentioned?
What is his main? He has to find.
He has to find.
He has to give
Deepu.
the disc.
Deepu is his son.
The
and,
CD.
No, he has nothing to do with the CD. His objective is to find Deepu, who is his son, because they kidnapped his wife in previous in
No,
a previous.
initially his objective is to just kill Boman Irani.
Kill,
because he doesn't
DCP.
know about Deepu's whereabouts and he
Yeah,
doesn't know
yeah.
about them until Boman Irani reveals.
But he is hired in the very beginning. He's hired by whom? By Dawn only, no?
It's all very confusing.
When he's in the coffin. Yeah.
He's in a coffin?
And they kidnap, like they take away his wife and they say,
Yeah,
you
correct.
go steal some 50 crores ke diamonds.
I don't think that was by Dawn क्योंकि
No,
on
that
the
wasn't by
phone वो
Dawn.
Dawn की आवाज नहीं थी. Otherwise they would have shown.
So
Dawn
he has to
की
steal
आवाज.
from some random person's
Yes.
story. Then Boman Irani arrests him. Then he
Yes.
knows where Deepu is. And
Yeah, because he doesn't know Don at all. He happens to be at that Petronas Towers and fighting with him where Deepu's like, Vijay Chacha. And I was like, oh shit, you took care of my
Exactly.
son.
And
while I was
also
away.
it turns out that the
Coincidence.
and also the Arjun Rampal thing, वो जो उसको जिन लोगों ने हायर किया था, I feel like Boman Irani had got something to do
Yeah,
with it
yeah,
क्योंकि
yeah,
वो
yeah.
Arjun Rampal बोलता है देख end में कि I knew I have seen this ring somewhere before.
Ah,
That's because
that's
Boman Irani
what
ने वो
planted
चुरा
him
लिए थे.
there.
Yes, yes.
This Vardhan, na?
Yeah, that's what.
Too much time he has.
But I mentioned this line in the 78th episode where Pran says, Inspector Sahab, आपका खून करने आया हूँ. उम्मीद है आपको ऐतराज नहीं होगा.
That is so
And
cool.
Arjun Rampal does the same line in this one, but with like half the impact that Pran did. So
Exactly.
I don't know.
And dude, I kid you not, when I heard that line in this movie, I was like, I have heard this somewhere before, and I didn't realize it until you said it. Ki, oh yeah, it was there in
Tell
the
me, in
original
2006, did you care? Did you care that Arjun Rampal's not doing
My
as
thing
good
is-
a job
I was
as
a child,
Pran?
so
Didn't
my
matter,
opinions
right?
didn't matter. But of course, I didn't. The very fact that I didn't even remember that Arjun Rampal was there in the movie until I watched it, I think that says a lot.
Oh, I thought he was cute.
Not a great compliment, I feel.
The task that Jasjeet was supposed to do, he did it only.
Do
It's
you
not like
remember,
a path
early
breaking.
Facebook जब भी memes नए नए बनने चालू हुए थे, I think one of the very first few memes that I had seen about Bollywood was on Arjun Rampal. उसमें वो अर्जुन रामपाल पे बनाते थे अर्जुन रामपाल सैड वन पिक्चर एंग्री सेम पिक्चर हैप्पी वन पिक्चर सो जो अभी सिद्धार्थ मल्होत्रा को जो उस पे जो जोक्स बन रहे थे अर्जुन रामपाल उसके डैडी है so that's all I would like to say.
All right. Arjun, please come on the show. We would love to have you on.
Arjun, I to like you on just
Any closing thoughts, guys? Then we can do the categories and some more trivia that I have.
oh.
Okay.
So Om Puri also has a very funny dialogue, which I don't know, for some reason for me that was the funniest moment in Dawn, funniest non-Dawn moment in Dawn. Reporter पूछता है डॉन को अब तक पुलिस पकड़ क्यों नहीं पाई है. ओम पुरी, आप मुझे बता दीजिए वो कहाँ है, मैं पकड़ लूंगा.
And it's the way he says it. It's a very चने खाओगे.
अब बताइए वो कहाँ है, जाके पकड़ लूंगा. And the reporter also, she's like, what do इसका क्या comeback दे भाई.
It was funny.
That was very funny. And I would like to talk about Deepu also.
Yes.
He starred in Taare Zameen
Yes.
Par
Yes.
around the same time. And so recently मैंने very like out of context, but मैंने recently 10 का दम का एक रील देखा था. 10 का दम used to be a Salman Khan show. उसमें तारे ज़मीन पर के बच्चों को उसने host किया था. So then the first comment, the top comment in that reel is, and now this guy, the Darshil Sawari's friend, is now playing football for some other XYZ country. And उसने tag भी किया था. And I was like, fuck, he is actually playing football for some other country. Then I went through his whole profile. I was looking for कहीं तो तारे ज़मीन पर का होगा कि hey, old memories. नहीं कुछ नहीं. एंड कमेंट्स भी किए लोगों ने कि अरे ब्रदर हाउस तारे ज़मीन, लाइफ आफ्टर तारे ज़मीन पर, कि ब्रदर एक्चुअली अरे आपका पैर ठीक हो गया, यू नो, पीपल आर सेइंग स्टफ लाइक दैट. And then I realized कि no, the guy lied. It's just that this guy looks scarily accurate like Deepu, and that's why. And I tried to look for actual Deepu, but no.
But like baby Deepu or the
बड़ा वाला
like he's
Deepu,
grown
but like
up and
वो
now
उसका
this is-
profile मुझे कहीं मिला नहीं. So, but this guy.
So
is
Urjita
definitely
went like
not.
he doesn't look like him. Let me look for the real Deepu.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
नहीं मिला, ठीक है.
I like
I'll help you.
the stalker spirit in you, Urjita.
Good job. That was the takeaway from this story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dawn was the 6th highest grossing Hindi movie of 2006. Do you guys want to guess what the highest grossing film was of that year?
2006.
Wait, this was the 6th highest grossing
Yes.
movie. I thought
There
one
are
of the
some
highest.
big hitters this year.
2006
I'll
was
give
what,
you a hint.
Lagan and
No,
Gadar?
No,
Lagan and
Lagan
Gadar
was
were
काफी
2001.
पुराने.
And Gadar was
One.
also 2023.
And 23. I remember 2007 vividly because Deepu came in the market, the OG Deepu. It's,
Deepika Padukone.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
But I'll give you a hint. The highest grossing film of 2006, we've already mentioned it on this episode.
Oh, मैं हूँ ना.
No.
Oh, we
Tham
have-
go at least. Think now. What all have we spoken of? Oh yeah. Bagban?
No.
Bacha? No, sorry, not
No.
Bacha. Can't
No,
be
we
Bacha.
Bacha was 99.
Yeah.
Oh, we spoke of the like that random film. We said it's a great film. What was that film?
Wow, good. This is the point you come up with.
I was very
after
Johnny
all
Lever
that
from
shutting me down.
Johnny
and
Lever
all.
from Kuch Kuch Hoda Hai. It was a great movie. Which movie?
The highest grossing film of 2006 was Dhoom 2.
Oh.
Ayo. But because we were not taking the action in consideration.
Yeah, we've also mentioned the second highest grossing film.
Ayyo.
The second highest grossing film was Krish.
Oh.
Followed by Lage Rao Munna Bhai, Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, an episode we've done. And Dawn was the 5th highest grossing, sorry, not the
Dude,
6th.
2006 was mental.
Banger, yes.
Amazing.
The film Dawn was nominated for 9 Filmfare Awards. It didn't win any big ones.
Oh, shit.
You guys want to take a guess on what won the best film that year, Filmfare Award? 2000 and...
What all? Lage Rao Munna Bhai.
No.
Oh,
There was
Munna Bhai
another
didn't win.
film with Lage Rao Munna Bhai which got brought about a revolution in the Indian diaspora. A film we have done an episode
Swades.
on. No.
No.
2006.
It was one of our
Okay, give
earliest episodes.
Shah Rukh only or what?
No,
Which who's
but
the-
another Khan.
Khan.
Rang De Basanti.
Yes.
2006.
Oh,
The best.
2006 was a crazy
Yeah,
year.
what a
Crazy
year,
yes.
man.
Rang De
I
Basanti.
feel Bollywood does this thing where there's a long patch of bad movies and then in a year sab अच्छे अच्छे.
Yeah.
Like I feel this could be the year.
But 2000s were good films only. 2004 was Kal Ho Na Ho, I think, or
Yeah.
3.
3 was Kal Ho Na
वहाँ
Ho,
से
yeah,
start
yeah.
हुआ.
I think
it's
सब
good
writers
films
ने
only.
नए नए स्क्रीन राइटिंग कोर्सेज किए थे वो टाइम पे.
Rang De Basanti
सब
won.
नए आए थे also.
Yeah.
They were
One
all
best film, Rakesh Mehra won for best director.
Nice.
Best actor was Hrithik Roshan, not for Krish but for Dhoom 2.
Okay,
Dhoom 2
congratulations.
Dhoom 2 and
I'm
best,
feeling so happy for them.
best actress for some reason went to Kajol for Fana. Figure that out.
Oh, I remember this. There was a little halla also about this.
True.
For yeah.
Okay, before we wrap up, I can't let you guys go before actually let's do the fuck, I'll take it again. Okay, let's do the categories. Urjita, what according to you has aged the best and what has aged the worst in Dawn from 2006?
I think what has aged the best is the rhythm in Shah Rukh Khan's voice. क्योंकि मैं लिटरली ये मूवी देखने के बाद मैं ऐसी बात कर रही थी कि भिंडी की सब्जी वो तो मैं नहीं खाऊंगी. Just like the
But he started doing that raspy thing now. जानते हो मैं कौन?
It's gotten way
Low octave,
raspier
yeah,
now.
Yeah.
It was starting from that
In the Jawan tale, it's like, ready.
Ready.
नाम तो सुना ही होगा. Yeah, one more thing I noticed in the Dawn title song. It's probably the first time that Shah Rukh is doing the hand gesture as a threatening move.
Yeah.
Rather than romance. He's
Come
like,
at
"मैं
me.
हूँ Dawn."
Yes.
Yeah, and in Dawn 2, he does that very like casually, where Priyanka is like hands up, and he does that.
Very Joker vibe, no? He had in
Yeah.
Dawn too.
Before
yeah,
Joker. No, after
yeah.
Joker. 2008 was Joker. And what's aged the worst?
What's aged the worst? I don't know, man. Worst तो यार superlative से बहुत डर लगता है मुझे.
नहीं, मैं
You
project
say,
कर रहा हूँ
actually, you
superlative.
say.
What is the worst according
Yeah,
to me?
yeah.
The CGI in the parachute scene has aged the worst.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Ki you notice
know
all
that
these
it'll-
things, CGI,
No, also
action,
like
action.
with time it'll get better. Like tell something that won't
age
that
well.
would-
मैं story level पे सोच रही थी.
Yeah,
I don't
more
think
in
about
those
No, you
CGI.
can pick out things also. Sainee, according to you, what is the best? What is the worst?
I think the songs have aged.
Correct.
The
Mera
best,
bhi
the
age
lyrics
best
have-
was music. Yeah.
Good job, Javed Akhtar.
वो आज की रात वो tick tick.
Yeah.
The fact that it starts
and
way
it's
before the
story
song.
also, right?
Yeah.
कौन
Yeah,
किसके दिल में
correct.
फैसला
Yeah,
होगा,
yeah.
फैसला ही जीत होगी मेरी.
Yeah.
So kind of cool, like
Yeah.
the
And
ladies
Shah
are
Rukh Khan
very
is
subtly
like,
fine.
honey.
He's like दीवानों को अब तक नहीं है पता.
Yeah.
And there's a
he-
whole different thing where Boman is poisoning someone in the bathroom
Yeah,
while
and
that is happening.
Rajesh Khattar,
Yeah,
he's poisoning the boss.
Ishan's father.
Ishan's father. Not cool, Boman.
What's age the worst?
I would say that the heist, like the chase sequences, could
Okay.
have been. Now don't
Of
because
course.
we've
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
so
yeah.
much more,
Yeah.
and it's okay. I think
Okay.
Dawn 3 will be
I think-
brilliant.
I think,
Guys, we didn't discuss Dawn 3.
Yeah, I'm coming to that.
Nothing could beat the chase sequence in Brahmastra where Alia Bhatt is practically she's outside the car.
Yeah, and that
She's
man is
really-
like trying to.
Yeah,
But
nothing
nothing's
could beat
happening.
that chase
That's true.
sequence.
Also,
I just-
you keep saying the VFX. Did you watch
Yeah.
Adi Purush?
No, but that's like I'm not
I'm
going
saying
into Adi
2006
Purush. If Farhan
and
Akhtar had
2020
directed Adi Purush with Shah Rukh Khan, then I would go in with certain expectations. Like I'm not already expecting Adi Purush to be like.
Okay, so you're saying that because this is a A+ student.
I'm saying as compared
you
to the
want
rest
them
of
to
the
get
movie where
distinction.
the CGI and the set design is really good, this particular skydiving scene stands out because the CGI looks like CGI. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, the sorry. One more thing
Yeah,
I want to
yeah, sure.
add that is aged well. It's the fashion of the movie.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's aged really. I love
But
the
not-
slick side parting ponytails of Priyanka.
In fact, I miss that hair even more
Right?
now because that hair looked real. अभी का कैसे पूरा तेल लगा के आ जाते हैं सारे.
Yeah, I also like the Isha Kopikar's outfit in.
Come on, it is tail only. वो
Yeah,
ये
true.
क्या
एकदम
चपटा.
एकदम
I
सपाट,
don't want
yeah.
to see your scalp so much
Yeah,
यार.
yeah.
ऐसा
Yeah,
अजीब
there's no
लगता है.
baby hair also.
What did you
like
say
it's
about
something-
seeing scalp so much? Huh?
It's insensitive.
But Urjita is
yeah.
influenced by Roma's wardrobe today. She was like, I'm going to dress like in 2023. And
Show your wonderful
she's totally
मैं
pulling it
करूँ.
off. So the fashion has aged well.
ये और नीचे बाटा के चप्पल लोगों ने दिखाया. Just
Can I say one thing? Don't add like your opinion, since you're women. But Priyanka's makeup, I feel like they made her look fairer than she actually
Yeah,
like
I was-
whitewashed her face.
I was
a
about to
little
say
bit.
उसका makeup hasn't aged well. I don't like her makeup as much.
I think I felt that because she looked like her complexion looked a little, but I couldn't
Put
tell
on.
if she was looking darker than her skin or lighter. I couldn't make
Okay,
that
okay.
out. But just as a makeup, I think I could be completely wrong. But you see her lips; they're never trying to like. There's no color on her lips. It's always those brown shades. That also gives a little off.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just bad. Like it's not the best makeup done. I don't think they've tried to make her lighter.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, but I
That's
feel
not
like
the
makeup in
intention.
general it will not age well.
because
of
it
any
cha-
time.
trends
keeps
change.
changing
Correct,
unless like
true.
you are looking as simple as the way we are looking right now. Basic hair, basic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnson's
called-
baby powder.
Karina looks super hot. I was
Yeah.
telling you that only. At that point, there was this whole thing of it's so sad, but that Karina is big in
Yeah,
the song.
yeah.
And I
Really?
watched it. I was
Was
like,
that
she's
a
so
thing?
hot.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
she
the whole
got
size
that
zero
size
thing
zero. Then
happened,
she
yeah.
got that criticism so much that then she was like, "Fuck it, I'm
She
just
was
gonna lose weight."
so hot.
Yeah.
And she's perfect. And skinny. I mean, that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
she's
yeah.
like perfect in that song.
Yeah.
And I remember that thing being, she's big.
Talking
and I don't
point,
know why
yeah,
I
yeah.
remembered it. You know, when I watched it, I was like, dude, I want that body.
I remember Vidya Balan being called, slightly on the plump
Yeah,
side.
yeah, yeah. She-
And when I
for a
watched
while.
all those old movies, I'm like, किधर है bro?
It's like you.
उसकी jawline दिख रही है. तुम क्या
Exactly.
बात
Yeah,
कर रहे
people
हो?
just. It's like you seeing your old college pictures and going like, मुझे क्यों
I
लगता
wasn't
है
that bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
I had hair, guys. Okay, like can we talk about Dawn 3 because we're
Yes.
recording this in August and a couple of weeks ago the new teaser for Dawn 3 dropped and the big reveal was that Ranveer Singh has replaced Shah Rukh Khan and there was a lot
Yes.
of opinions on the internet about this. I have given my opinion about that on another podcast which I'll link to the description, but I would like to know from you guys what you think about this.
See,
Sainee?
I'm still processing it.
Okay.
Honestly. I was expecting Shah Rukh to do. In fact, I was expecting Shah Rukh to not do Pathan or Jawan or just do Don 3.
Right.
That was the feeling.
Rhyming भी है ना Don Jawan Pathan.
Yes. Yes, exactly. That's why
एक Don 3-4.
एक ही कर लो. It's like Moria. Is that how the song starts?
Maybe.
So that. But I love Ranveer Singh. Okay, so I have Ranveer Singh bias. And I liked the voiceover. I felt the voiceover was in the same zone.
Correct.
Rhyme.
Yeah,
The rhyme scheme was there. And he sounded a little like Shah Rukh in places. But he looked slick. I didn't mind the announcement, but it's too soon to... I want to see a trailer or teaser.
Okay.
To like judge more.
Yes, it sounded like studio ke baithe Farhan. Trailer
Yeah,
दिखाओ.
that's what.
Urjita, your take on Ranveer taking over Shah Rukh for Don 3?
So I trust Ranveer as an actor because when you see Ranveer Singh, एक तो रणवीर सिंह का पहले ही इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग पर्सनैलिटी है कि इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू इमेजिन हिम इन अ स्पेसिफिक कैरेक्टर बट स्टिल व्हेन यू वॉच अ गली बॉय अ बाजीराव मस्तानी
लुटेरा
यू फॉरगेट कि ये एक्चुअल में कैसा है बंदा एवरी टाइम यू फॉरगेट एंड आई फील लाइक दैट is the thing that I love so much about Ranveer Singh, which is why I feel like so he'll be able to pull off the role
and he's the only actor who's out there being himself. But you can still forget.
Exactly. And another thing is, I am really curious to know कि ये जो Don है, is it like more on the Shah Rukh Khan side कि वो sarcastic remarks वगैरह देता है? Because वैसा kind of war zone में we have seen Ranveer Singh in Ladies vs. Ricky Bell.
Nice.
Like, he's fooling people and he's being
cheeky about it.
Cheeky, he's being पूरा मतलब वो देखा हमने Ladies vs. Ricky Bell में. So is it more on that side or is it like more like, is this Don more like a flamboyant Don who is just killing people?
Is it more Rocky Randhawa or is it more Ladies vs. Ricky Bell?
Yeah. Maybe.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like both of your expectations from it. I think he's going to pull it off. I think I've been wanting to see Ranveer in an out-and-out action film for a long time. I think this is his chance.
And I think for our generation is that it's the expectation that the previous generation had with Shah Rukh.
I'm okay.
To accept him. That Shah Rukh replacing Bachchan or Ranveer.
Exactly, yeah. Same things were questioned when the original Don came out, which you're talking about.
Who'll be Don for?
Kartik Aaryan.
He has to be Lahan, no?
मैं तेरी जिंदगी की बाजी लगा के
audience से खेलता हूँ जुआ.
I think Shah Rukh is pushing 60. We have to accept that he's human after all. So he's doing other films. He's doing a great work in other films. So I think he's
but
great.
if he can do Pathan, Jawan, then why 60?
That's
then
okay. Don needs to be
another film.
Younger. And who knows? He might actually be in Don 3. We don't know. Maybe they're keeping it a secret.
Like the cute...
Maybe that would be the flip. Imagine how the audience would lose it if they first show वाले लोग वो ऐसा आता है रणवीर सिंह डॉन को पकड़ना मुश्किल ही नहीं and Shah Rukh Khan
or he gets shot and falls and then उसके पीछे
and then Don says पकड़ तो
we're already writing alternate beginnings for Don 3.
Our Shah Rukh lifting Shah Rukh being pushed by
same.
on a trolley.
Shah Rukh lifting Ranveer क्या कह रहा था पकड़ना मुश्किल ही नहीं पकड़ तो लिया
तुझे lift मैं ही करूँगा बेटे.
Okay, let's do the rating, guys. The Has It Aged Well rating, Sainee, is our rating from 1 to 10.
Oh, okay.
1 being it was a product of its time and nothing from it has aged well and you won't watch it again. 10 being, oh my god, it's so great. I find something new every time I watch it. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you think Dawn from 2006 has aged?
5, but 1 for Shah Rukh, so 6.
Okay, 6. Urjita, Has It Aged Well scale 1 to 10?
8.
8. Okay, not bad.
Listen.
But the way you were defending the movie, I thought you would rate it a little higher.
No, because we discussed a bunch of other 2006 films. And then all those names came back. So I think fair. Like I would end up recommending Rang De Basanti before Dawn in that sense. Or other Shah Rukh films before Dawn.
So like context is important, guys.
Yes.
So I will give context. I would give it a 5.5. I think, you know what I was thinking though, that I saw Heart of Stone a couple of weeks ago, the new Gal Gadot Alia Bhatt film. This film is better than that. So like even like that way it holds you still. I found chunks of it really dull and boring, but I think Shah Rukh is great, the music is great, and it looks fantastic. And for whatever reason, like we mentioned, Shah Rukh Khan's Dawn has become an iconic character. So it has all of that going for it, but 5.5 out of 10 is my rating. I would watch parts of it again, but maybe not the whole thing again. again. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Shah Rukh Khan's
Yeah.
character as Don is just way ahead of the actual movie. Maybe
True.
that's
Yes,
why.
he's so progressive in how characters
He
would
just
be.
calls
Yeah.
women jungly billies. But other than that,
Yeah, I just low-key liked it. It's very problematic.
that's okay.
I just wanted to understand what is wrong with that. Is it because objectifying हुआ क्या ये? नहीं ना?
Wild, you're a wild cat.
It's like the
Everyone हम लोग इतना level पे objectify हुए हैं कि ये हमें
So
ये
like,
हमें
are
नहीं
you
लग
saying
रहा.
No,
this
I'll
is
tell you,
like
if a woman
patronizing?
is spunky and stands up for herself, अरे जंगली बिल्ली इसको तो कैद करना पड़ेगा.
अच्छा वैसे
Like that,
तो
yeah.
patronizing है मतलब
Yeah.
इस.
But
अच्छा,
इसको तो
okay.
कैद करना
But
पड़ेगा.
that's implied,
as the
that's
jungle.
implied,
Yeah,
yeah.
शाहरुख से इसको कैद करना पड़ेगा. Firstly,
कैद
शाहरुख would
तो
never
उसने
say
एक भी बार
that.
नहीं किया
शाहरुख
है.
would never say
Yeah,
that.
but that's implied. मुझे जंगली बिल्लियाँ पसंद है. He wants to keep it as a
He
pet.
likes women who know martial arts.
Yeah.
That's what it implies.
So that he can
So
dominate them.
So then I would say that maybe he's patronizing in a way because imagine कोई
It's
tiger
patronizing.
आके तुमको खा रहा है and you're like कि, oh बिल्ली. So that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like कि
Okay,
you are
let's-
It's like
undermining.
workplace where you do a good job and then they go like, oh, I
good
like
girl.
this.
Yeah, but if
You're
if your
smart
manager
girl.
says कि oh good girl, then
हाँ.
that
Yeah.
It's
in
patronizing.
that way.
Even if it's not, even if it's just
Yeah.
said down, like we're saying it like.
What Sainee just did was like she rolled her head for the
And
audio
eyebrows,
listeners. Like,
eyebrows also.
I asked you.
but if you flipped it, if Roma told Don, मुझे जंगली बिल्ले बहुत पसंद है, what would that imply?
Party! I'd be like, woo!
Okay, we're running out of time, guys. We have to do the alternate ending segment. So let's do it now. Let's do the alternate
Yes.
ending segment right now. Okay, this is the alternate ending segment where we suggest an alternate ending to the movie we discussed or we pitch a sequel to it. So, Sainee, you're very excited to talk about your alternate ending.
Guys,
Please
I'll tell
tell
you,
us.
firstly, you have called me at the 50th show. There is that pressure.
Yeah.
Then you've called me for a Dawn episode. A movie that has been remade. So the ending has been altered.
Yeah.
And-
Also written by one of the most iconic screenwriting duo of all time.
Yes,
Salim Shah.
and remade by one of their sons.
Yeah.
Okay, so that legacy, that lineage.
Yeah.
Then there was another sequel made to this.
Yeah.
Called Dawn 2,
Yes.
and now a new film is being made. So firstly, all the permutation combinations of screenwriting, I think these people have thought of.
Okay,
And on top
So
of
I-
that, in our previous episode, the Dawn episode, OG Dawn episode, we had a director, Harshad
Yeah,
Mehta.
yeah.
So,
Same.
Hardik Mehta.
Hardik Mehta.
Yeah.
Oh,
And on
Hardik!
top, I knew I
love
messed up.
Hardik.
Okay.
And
You
on,
can take-
and on top of that, in our previous episode, previous Dawn episode, we had a
Hardik
well-known
Mehta.
Bollywood director, Hardik
Yeah.
Mehta. So that too.
No, I genuinely like Hardik.
But
so
I'm really
that's
looking
amazing.
forward to what's your alternate
Okay,
ending.
this is actually before I got the mail
Sure.
and we were discussing that we should think of something. While watching, I thought, like we discussed, Roma's character didn't feel very meaty. And I thought, what if, because it's the most, there were like there was those moments that were a little campy, like Vardhan burning the photo
Yeah.
and calling himself out. And in the end, the way she figures out that it's Dawn, right? She says,
मुझे भी
I love you,
जंगली
Vijay.
बिल्लियाँ बहुत पसंद
And she's, मुझे भी जंगली बिल्लियाँ बहुत पसंद है. And then she goes like all of that happens.
Yeah.
So at this point, just my thought is,
My
what if-
favorite part is then she goes to Om Puri and tells and Om Puri believes her like, oh yeah, that sounds like something Don
उसको
would say.
जंगली बिल्लियाँ पसंद है. Dawn ने भी कहा था उसको जंगली बिल्ली. वो Dawn है. So that was very cute. Like it was nice. But so what if Roma knows throughout that
It is
Dawn
Dawn.
is trying to play Vijay? How does she know? It's because Kamini actually didn't die. She was injured after the
क्योंकि वो
song.
lift का ही
Right,
बस
the
वो-
lift thing happens and you don't
Yeah.
actually know if
See
she's
her, yeah,
injured
yeah.
or she's dead. So Kamini was on to him. And she found a way to get to Roma because they anyway shares Ramesh. And
Don't say share Ramesh, that sounds
like
wrong.
brother and partner, like in the nicest.
They know- they both
Guys,
know
I didn't know
Ramesh.
what that American thing was. I mean it nicely. I mean it nicely. Okay, so they both love Ramesh in their own respective ways. And so she reaches out to Roma, and they have planned this where they know that this guy is being, I don't know how, but we figure it out. Somebody overhears the obvious
Right.
exposition
Right, yeah,
situation. And now they plan. So in the end, basically, Don gets caught or he's escaped or whatever. But now these two women are in charge to get this guy caught. Whether he gets caught or not, that it depends on.
The chase begins again.
And
Would
it's-
it make sense?
And it's Kareena Kapoor
Yeah.
and Priyanka Chopra together looking for Dawn. Like, ugh,
Oh,
that
and
would be a vibe.
actually, this makes way more sense because I'll tell you, Priyanka Chopra has this like, you know how Priyanka Chopra has a thing in the movie कि वो पुलिस को मार रही है, but actually she has paid them to act dead, to play dead. So
Yeah.
why can't she play
Yes.
other police officers to, you know, play dead or just
Yes.
like play injured? So even in the flight, जब भी how is it that हथकड़ी में इसने easily इनको हरा दिया? It's because it was all planned. They
That's-
were meant.
Yes. If
Nice.
in
वो
fact, from the
जानबूझ के
ambulance
उसको पानी
उठाने
पिलाते
से.
हैं ताकि इसको सुसु लगे.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like how the alternate ending has become a collaborative
That's
effort.
why
right?
CGI intentionally खराब था ताकि तुम believe ना करो कि वो सच में हो.
Like शाहरुख खान गिरता है तो बाजू वाले पुलिस होता है इसके पास पैराशूट नहीं है तो तू भी गिर साले तेरे पास तो है ना.
Nice. I love how my ending
That's
has
actually a
immediately
really
been
good
got.
alternate ending. Urjita,
Yeah.
do you have another one or should we just stick to
You
this?
share.
My point is that the ending of this Dawn is the alternate ending of the original Dawn. What if he didn't die?
Yeah.
That's how lazy I am. My thing was,
As in-
guys,
as
this
in like
movie.
Dawn dies, but Vijay.
So in 1978 Dawn, Dawn actually dies
Yes.
and Vijay survives till the end.
Yes.
So I'm like, this is the alternate ending version of the original Dawn.
Yeah. So
Hence proved.
so I tried.
Really bad.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of one.
No, but you had thought of one ending, right? कि like what if Dawn knew about Vijay already? That was not an ending.
Yeah, that was
that
a
was
alternate
interesting.
plot.
That
yeah,
was
yeah,
interesting.
that was
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
एक तो मैंने ये सोचा था कि what if you know when we think about where Dawn started, we think about the hospital scene. What if he started with the introduction of Vijay scene? Like जब भी ओमपुरी बोलता है कि you know ये विजय वगैरह जो भी है होगा. What if Dawn already secretly magically कहीं तो क्योर हो रहा है और वापस आता है and then he meets him as Vijay.
That's what Agle Baras Aana is.
Yes.
Dawn is singing that.
Yeah. And maybe Dawn has his duplicate ऐसा कुछ तो.
Interesting. ये तो हाँ, it's actually like the vantage point changes.
Yeah.
Then the movies from
तो
that.
फिर विजय की जरूरत ही
Exactly.
क्या है?
वो भी है.
Vijay, like हमें दोनों को like we have to invest in both of them to then switch them.
Yeah,
Is the
that's true.
I was also thinking, then Dawn just has one song as Dawn, which is the title track. All the other songs are with Vijay.
That's actually a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Ganpati Khaike.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe imagine if
Aaj
this
ki
was
raat.
actually
But
Vijay and
technically,
Dawn.
Khaike is also.
Also-
See, Khaike is also with Dawn, na?
Oh,
He's
because
singing
he's
as a Dawn.
pretending
Yeah.
to. Oh my god!
Yeah, so like imagine अगर
some Nolan level.
सच में डॉन अगर मर जाता, ऊपर से देख के वो डॉन क्या सोच रहा है कि डॉन मारता है गिराता है पर इतना नाचता नहीं है, बात पे साला कमर हिलाने लगता है. That's the one thing.
Dawn को नचाना.
Yeah.
And on that note.
Oh, sorry. Another alternate
Yeah,
ending I
yeah.
thought
Huh.
of. Ki, what if this is more like an alternate subplot more than an ending? That the biggest torture to somebody like a Don would be to see his like doppelganger fuck his image up. तो like Don को पुलिस ने बांध के रखा है with a big TV screen. वही bathtub में Tom and Jerry देख रहा है. उसकी तरह now he has to see the footage of him Vijay acting as Don, and every time Vijay
There's
is
something
just
cringe.
fucking his image up, acting cringe, TikTok reel बना रहा है इधर उधर का. तो नहीं कि ये नहीं करेगा बुल्ले तमला कल कबुदमशी. Don would never
Oh my
dance
god,
on
I've
this.
never heard that
Yeah,
song
what is it?
just as lyrics.
Bulle
Yeah.
I'm of course not.
I got it.
Lyrics are very
This
very
is the
wrong.
Oh, that song. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man.
So
This
I
is
feel that
funny.
would be like the biggest torture.
This is
for
actually,
Don.
this would also be fun if Don hired the cops to pretend, like to frame himself, to call himself dead, basically.
Yeah, but we
because he
already
wants
had
to-
the cops being hired by Boman Irani to
Yeah,
kidnap
yeah.
him.
तो
So,
तो
yeah.
एकदम ही plot change हो रही है.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, ये तो मैं मतलब
पूरी
I was
फिल्म ही Dawn 3 की स्टोरी क्या लग रही है, क्या हो सकती है?
उसका अगले एपिसोड पे बात करेंगे.
खत्म हो रहा है क्या?
Yeah, we've already been speaking for a long time,
Guys,
but
come on.
पिक्चर 3 घंटे
No,
की.
I've given
2006
I have given my theory. Dawn 3 is going to be the what was that? No Way Home of Dawns, where all the Dawns will come back. Amitabh, Shah Rukh, and Ranveer.
Oh, like the
That's why
Dawnverse.
Dawn 3. So yeah. All right. On that note, we're gonna have to wrap up this week's episode. Sainee, thank you so much for
Thank you for
being so
having
generous with your time and coming on the show. Before we wrap up, anything you want to plug? Where can people find you on social media? You can plug your social media handles if you want.
Cackleraj, Cackleraj.
And where can people see the song that you spoke about?
On Shah Rukh's Instagram.
Guys, follow at I am SRK. He's a new guy in town. Give him
But
followers.
it is in his reels, or like if you Google it on YouTube, if you write Sab Sahi Ho Jayega, Sahi Ho Jayega, then you find it.
All right. Urjita, where can people find you?
You guys can subscribe to my YouTube channel @Urjitavani. Yeah, you can also follow me on Instagram @Urjitavani. And don't follow me on Twitter. वहाँ पे सब कचरा है. Thank you so much, guys. Love you very much.
Nice. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm AbbasMomin88 and Twitter @AbbasMomin. This was our 50th episode. Genuinely thank you to everyone who helps make this show, the producers, the sound engineers, and video person. And
shout out to Maitri.
Shout out to
our
Maitri.
ex-producer Nikhil.
Nikhil. And have you had any other? I don't know. I can't, but whoever, if you've produced this show, thank you.
All the 49 guests also. I guess.
All the 49 guests and the 50th guests. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And yeah, thank you so much for listening and making this show successful. Successful, questionable, but thank you for listening and watching. Yeah, that was our episode. We'll see you next week with a new movie and a new guest. Till then, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
IVM